All right, what's up, everybody? We're back with another edition of Everyday Hoops. Hope you guys are having a good one. We got a breaking news, another instant reaction type video for a trade. Dejounte Murray is getting sent to the New Orleans Pelicans. We're going to talk all about it for both sides and everything involved in it here in today's video. Thank you guys for the views on the videos and the shorts recently. I really appreciate it. If you do like the content around here, consider subscribing, like, turn notifications, do all stuff like that. I'd really appreciate it. It really helps out a lot. Join the membership. If you want to learn more about the membership, there's a video on my channel explaining all of it. You can go back and watch that. Link to my Twitter, TikTok, stuff like that, all in the description down below. And yeah, don't waste any more of your time. Let's get right into it. So another emergency video, similar to what I did with the Mikal Bridges one. I wasn't planning on making a full length video. I made a couple shorts that you can go and check out. But today I wasn't planning on making a full blown video, especially after last night I did my stream of grading every team's draft pick. And if you missed that, you can go back. I uploaded the video. You can watch the VOD and stuff about grading draft picks. And so I was just like, all right, like, cool little, shorts today, and we'll see what happens in the NBA. And then all of a sudden, about 10 minutes ago, from the time I'm recording this, Woj just tweets out randomly, Atlanta's trading Dejounte Murray to the Pelicans. And I was like, whoa, okay. Well, now I got to do a video about it. And I was waiting for the full details to come out because the full details didn't come out right away. So we waited and waited, but here we go. So the official trade from Woj and Shams together is the Hawks are trading Dejounte Murray to the New Orleans Pelicans in exchange for Larry Nance Jr., Dyson Daniels, a 2025 first-round pick via the Lakers, and a 2027 first-round pick, which is the least favorable of Bucks and Pelicans, and that's all that goes to Atlanta for Dejounte Murray. And at first, when I said Atlanta trading Dejounte Murray to the Pelicans, I was like, all right. If you remember back at the NBA trade deadline last year when Dejounte Murray was a hot name in the market, the Pelicans came up as a team that was in talks and trying to go get Dejounte Murray. But of course, that never worked out, and now they come back and they finally get him. And I was like, huh. Like, the Hawks finally do it. They trade Dejounte, and then as the package starts coming out, I keep saying, like, all right, what else? What else? And then it's like, okay, that's it? Larry Nance, Dyson Daniels, and 2 firsts. Okay. That's the full trade, I guess. And a lot of thoughts I have. First, we'll start with the Pelicans side. First of all, the Pelicans getting a guy like Dejounte Murray, getting an all-star, maybe not all-star, but in that caliber range of a player is really nice. Getting a real point guard as well. They've been running the CJ McCollum kind of experiment at point guard, and while he did a solid job, he's not a true point guard. He's more of a 2 in a point guard's body. But Dejounte Murray is a full-on point guard. He can finally go back to being a full-time PG instead of having to share with Trae Young. He's going to have to share with CJ McCollum, but it's a little bit different because he can be the main guy, and CJ is more of a 2. CJ fits more of that 2, I can go score. I mean, he played with Damian Lillard for 10 years, so that fits a lot better. Go to a good team. The Pelicans have a chance. The Pelicans are a team that always has been kind of around in the West the last couple of years, but have never been able to make it to the top or make it to where we think they can go when they're fully healthy. And now bringing another guy, Dejounte Murray, all-star caliber player to having a true point guard with Zion, I think could be really nice. With the entire team could be nice, and defensively, what he did in San Antonio and Atlanta didn't really show, but I think maybe he can get back to that in New Orleans, because New Orleans, I think, if I'm not mistaken, was a top 10 defense last year, so adding Dejounte in there would make things a lot better. And the Pelicans go out, they get another all-star caliber player, to kind of boost their team, a true point guard. I think it's solid for the Pelicans, especially giving up what you give up, And one of the most intriguing things that I didn't even really think about until after the full trade is complete, and I sat there for a second thinking about all my thoughts, they didn't give up Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram did not get given up in the trade, so they still do have Brandon Ingram that they can flip and go get something else. Brandon Ingram, I think probably is most likely is going to be traded this offseason on the last year of his contract. It just makes sense for the Pelicans to let him go. So the Pelicans still have the asset of Brandon Ingram to go and trade and get some more pieces to put around this team. So the Pelicans aren't done yet. This is not a finished product of Pelicans yet. I think the only things really stuck there now are Dejounte, CJ, Zion, Trey Murphy, and them. After that, Brandon Ingram could be traded. Valanciunas, who knows what's going to happen with him? He might leave as a free agent. They still have guys like Herb Jones, Jordan Hawkins in his second year, Jose Alvarado. Like, depending on what they can get back for Brandon Ingram, they drafted Yves Missy as well. Like, depending on what they get back for Brandon Ingram, this could be a really solid Pelicans team next year. The West is going to be really crazy, and now the Pelicans adding Dejounte and potentially trading Bri and stuff could make the West even more stacked, adding the Pelicans. And I think this is a great trade for the Pelicans, being able to give up, again, that much, like not much, and go get an all-star caliber point guard. Who wouldn't want to do that? And now for the Atlanta Hawks side, this was very interesting. I was hoping that one of these guys, either one of Detroit and Dejounte, was going to get traded, and it finally happens. Dejounte does get traded to New Orleans. So I like that. I like that the Hawks are finally picking that direction to go in. But the package to get back is interesting. They don't get back anything. Larry Nance Jr., a decent backup center, I guess. Dyson Daniels has some intrigue. He had some good moments last year before his injury as a defensive guard. I think deflections and stuff. Like, he's a really good defensive guard. Still has a lot more work to do on the offensive end and develop, but he's still young. I want to say he's still like 20 years old, if even. So like, he's still very, very young. So they have that going for him. Um, that's cool. And 2 first-round picks. They traded 3 to get Dejounte. They get 2 back. A 2025 pick for the Lakers, which could be another mid first-round pick. And then 2027, least favorable at Bucks Pels. Who knows what's going to happen in 2027? Who knows what those teams are going to look like in 3 years? But this is interesting for the Hawks because the package, I feels like, says a lot, but also this package could say a lot of different things about the Hawks. And this package that they get back for Dejounte has me thinking about what the direction and what Landry Fields and them are thinking in their minds about what direction they want to go with this team. I feel like it either is I think it's one of 2 things of why this trade happened and why the Hawks traded for this package. Either number 1, they saw 2 first-round picks, and they saw an immediate first-round pick in 2025 for the Lakers. If they made some other trades, like if they made a trade with the Lakers, they wouldn't be able to get a first-round pick till like maybe 2029, 2028. And that's 3 or 4 years from now. Who knows what the NBA is going to look like? So maybe seeing a 2025 first, a pick that's right there next year, especially from the Lakers, who could be good, could be playing team. It could be another potential lottery or just outside the lottery type pick. I guess they saw that and were intrigued. And maybe they saw Dyson Daniels and was like, you know what? I think he's a good young player. I think we can develop him right. We can put him next to Trae Young, a defensive guard. I think we can make things happen with that. That's either they saw that and was like, you know what? Like, that's solid. And including in that I think maybe they saw this package, and also maybe they just wanted to get rid of Dejounte. I think maybe seeing this package, one of the reasons they took this package is they just needed to get rid of Dejounte. They just were like, you know what, we really don't want this. We want to do it before free agency starts, apparently, and stuff like that, so we can make our moves from free agency to build around this team. Let's just get rid of him. Pelicans, you got a first from next year. Dyson Daniels can be solid. Okay, let's take that. I think that could be solid. Let's just get rid of Dejounte is 1. Or 2, and this is not the option I think is going to happen, but 2, maybe this is a sign that a full rebuild is coming in Atlanta. Again, I'm not going to put my money. If I had to choose between the 2 options, I would put my money more on is the first option, is that they kind of were like, you know what, we just want to we want to start free agency, not having to worry about Dejounte. So New Orleans, you got 2 firsts, you got Dyson here, take them. We'll take it. Or number 2, this could be a full-on rebuild. They trying to acquire draft capital in 2025, 2027, and a decent young player in Dyson Daniels that maybe you can develop into being something solid. This could be a little potential of a full-on rebuild. This could lean toward that side. Again, I won't put my money on that. I would put my money more on the fact that they wanted to get rid of Dejounte, because I don't know. I just think I'm really interested. I'm really interested to see what Atlanta says about taking on this package, taking this specific trade package, because I think we all know they could have got more for Dejounte. I really think they could have got more, which is why I'm leaning towards this being a move where they just wanted to kind of get rid of him and get rid of him now before free agency starts, so you don't have to worry about it going into free agency, and they can make the moves that they want to make. I really do believe, now that I'm thinking more and more about it, that that's the reason why they made this trade and took this deal, because no way this is all you can get for Dejounte. Like, I'm not saying you could have got 5 first rounders from McHale. I'm not saying you could have got another young, like a Brandon Miller or anything like that. I'm not saying that. But Larry Nance, Dyson Daniels, and 2 firsts, that are probably going to be mid first round picks, not even maybe top 10 projected picks. I think you could have got more. I really think you could have got more. Even Brandon Ingram. I'm very surprised. Again, a couple minutes after the trade happened, I was like, wait a minute. They didn't get Brandon Ingram either? I thought that could have been a thing. You know, with the Hawks maybe being linked to BI, Pelicans asking for Dejounte last year, I thought that could have been a decent switch. Where Atlanta still stays competitive and just changes it up a little bit, gets Brandon Ingram, another guy that still has all-star potential, while the Pelicans get out of that situation and get the guy they wanted, Dejounte Murray. But nothing happened. So now I am kind of thinking that the Hawks maybe did this deal because they just really wanted to get rid of Dejounte Murray and just really wanted to do it before free agency starts. And maybe, again, they saw the 2025 first. There's a motorcycle being loud as heck right now. I'm sorry. That distracted me a little bit. But they saw a first-round pick in 2025 as well. And we're like, 2025 first? We'll take it. You know, we don't have to wait till 2028 or 2029 for a first-round pick. I definitely think there's better offers out there. Absolutely. No doubt in my mind. But, you know, DeJounte's a Pelican now. We'll see what happens there. They happen. More NBA news, more NBA trades. I love it. Keep it coming. Keep them coming. Because I like filming these type of videos, you know, because you never know what's going to happen. So, yeah. Yeah, it's going to be it for today. Hope you guys enjoy. Once again, if you do like the content around here, consider subscribing, like, turn notifications, do all stuff like that. I'd really appreciate it. It really helps out a lot. And, yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow.